Once upon a time, Flintshire, Conwy, Denbighshire and Wrexham used to be called Clwyd, and once upon a time, life used to be affordable. So, if you find yourself in this area and want to explore without breaking the bank, here are some cool ideas for some days out. Some of these sites are grand and impressive. Some you'd probably drive past and not even notice, but they all have their own history. Let's take a look around Curious Clwyd. The first is Ewloe Castle. Parking is free and a lay-by on the road. Then it's an easy 5-minute walk to the castle site. This castle is cool for so many reasons. Firstly, it's hidden. You can't actually see it until you arrive on the site, as it's built in a small valley. Although the site is managed by Cadw, it's one of their free sites, so you can wander at your leisure. Ewloe Castle is actually a Welsh castle. The date of construction is a little murky. Dates suggested are as early as 1213. It's possible to climb up to the top and look over the treetops of the surrounding forest. It's a stunning castle from a bygone age and well worth a visit. Just a short drive up the road, you'll find this, the House of Correction on Crosstree Lane in Hawarden. Village lockups are largely an 18th and 19th century answer to managing criminal behaviour in the community. They became synonymous with drunkenness, holding the intoxicated overnight before releasing them in the morning. We have driven past this our entire lives and never noticed it. Of course, it's not used now, but next time Wills has a pint too many, well, it's worth considering, isn't it? Consider yourself corrected. Whilst driving down a small country lane by Leeswood, you suddenly come across these incredible iron gates. Built by the Davies brothers of Wrexham around 1726, they are described as the best of their kind in the British Isles. Although it looks like they should be the gateway to an impressive driveway up to Leeswood Hall, they were only ever intended as a screen. That's a pretty expensive screen. These gates are also known as the Echo Gates. Try this. Stand opposite the second brick pier, in the middle of the road, be careful, and sing or shout at the wall. It's actually the wall that creates the echo, and you are now part of Clwyd's Curiosities. This beautiful church is St Mary's in Moel. Built in 1490, this church is well worth a visit. Our favourite myth and story from this church is that the stonemasons weren't paid when building it, so put in the figure of this pig upside down. See if you can spot it when you visit. A short drive out of Moel brings you to Moel, the highest hill in the Clwydian range. The car parks do charge here, but there is an option of some free parking on the roads. At the summit, you'll find the remains of the Jubilee Tower, built over 200 years ago for the Golden Jubilee of Mad King George III. Sunset is something else from up here. In the small village of Llandegla, you'll find one of the very few remaining inland pillboxes. These stout concrete and brick defence posts were used to attack German forces in both World Wars. This one, built in 1940, is part of the Western Command Clwydian Range stop line, defending the Llantegla Pass. No one knows who AB was. This remains a mystery. But what is lovely to see is that there is no graffiti in this pillbox. Pillboxes were designed to be both bulletproof and to protect those inside from ricochets. This one has obviously been used for shelter, but is easy to access and is a stark reminder of what life would have been like back in World War II. OK, visit this one at your own risk. We'll tell you more about that later. This is Foxhall Newydd, or the ruins of Foxhall Newydd. This grand house was begun in 1592 by John Panton, with one goal, to outshine and show off to his neighbours, especially Humphrey Lloyd at Old Foxhall. Sadly, old John ran out of money and was declared bankrupt before the building was completed. The house is believed to have been abandoned sometime at the end of the 18th century and was a ruin by the 19th century. It's a fascinating place to visit. Now, we say visit this one at your own risk, or maybe just do better research about public paths and rights of way than we did before visiting. The road that runs near this passes through a farm. A lovely lady on our way there told us to go right ahead and take a look. A not so lovely and pretty angry farmer was not so impressed on our return. Oh, and spoiler alert, the farm uses the field around the house for cows and bulls. Our exit was pretty sharp. Moo. Just a short drive away is this little gem, Denbigh Friary. It was founded by the Carmelites in the 13th century. This site is also managed by Cadw. It appeared to be locked upon our arrival, but a lovely tourist at the Airbnb next door showed us how to lift the gate to gain entry. It's said to be the only Carmelite house in Wales and had kept most of its original form until a fire in 1898 gutted the building, bringing down the roof. It's a little tricky to find as it's down a small lane, but well worth a visit. A bit of nature next as we visit Dyserth Waterfall. There's a small free car park next to the site and then a 50p honesty pot to go onto the path near the falls. You can, however, enjoy them from this small garden. The River Fuddion cascades over this 70-foot drop into a small pool at the bottom. The Domesday Book of 1086 mentions a mill in the Dyserth area, but whether it was located here is unknown. These massive pair of walls could have been built to support a water wheel, so could be medieval. Anyway, there's a path up to the top where you can join the Dyserth Circular Walk. But it was steep, so we came down to check out the caves and indulge in yet more waterfall. It really is a beautiful spot, perfect for a picnic on a hot summer's day. Thanks, Dyserth. Not far from the waterfalls is this incredibly charming church, which houses a rare find in its churchyard. This is a churchyard cross, which dates from the late 1300s. It's one of a few churchyard crosses that are still intact. The depictions of the different moments of the crucifixion are very moving. It is thought that itinerant priests would have taken services in its shadow. What incredible views to enjoy whilst listening to a service. The churchyard is also home to a rare 18th century hooded tomb. You won't find better views than that. In Rhywyl near Rhuthun is this very unassuming bridge. Built in 1819, it has a poem inscribed within its stone. It's said to have been both written and inscribed by Twm O'r Nant, the Cambrian Shakespeare. Blood Ford Bridge, truth mantle making on bedrock. Its foundation withstand shaking, so well it will be waiting for generations waking. It most likely refers to the Battle of Maes Maen Cymru or a Civil War skirmish, battles in which the River Clwyd was said to have run red with blood. This is the Pillar of Eliseg, erected in the first half of the 9th century. It's situated just outside Llangollen in a prominent position on a Bronze Age burial cairn. The nearby abbey took its name from this pillar, Valley Crucis, the Valley of the Cross. We're off to the beach now, and one of Wales's most photographed and filmed lighthouses. The Pont Rhydycilgwyn lighthouse was built in 1776 to warn ships entering the Dee and Mersey estuary. It was decommissioned in 1844 and is now privately owned. It is possible to park for free in Talacra, and it's a gorgeous beach to enjoy with all the family. Just a short drive east at the Llanegla docks is the Beach Duke of Lancaster ship, a former railway steamer passenger ship. She was intended to be a fun ship and tourist attraction. However, frequent legal battles with the council have left it derelict and a favourite with urban explorers. Another short drive east and you come to Basingwerk Abbey. This abbey was founded in 1131 and extensively remodelled in the 13th century. Basingwerk is still a significant religious site. It's the starting point for the North Wales Pilgrim Way, a long-distance walking route all the way to Bardsey Island, 75 miles away, the island of 20,000 saints. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Most of these sites have been inspired by the Curious Clwyd Facebook page and Myths and Legends of North East Wales website. Enjoy your free days out in Curious Clwyd.